And you've got one of the toughest men on the planet still. You know this man is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, a WWE Hall of Famer, a Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer. You main evented the first ever WrestleMania.
Football Hall of Famer.
A Football Hall of Famer drafted by the New Orleans Saints, if I recall.
That's right.
And,
very good.
Yeah, and let's just say that usually when you get a little older, you slow down. You, sir, are on your, 12th day in a row on this tour?
Yeah, it's been good. I really wanted to come here because when I used to come here back in the day, it was good. It was real good, and I liked it. I liked the people, and they didn't like me, but I liked them, and that was okay because the crowds were big. One of the biggest crowds ever has been right here in, I believe, Canada. And there was a bunch of people there. I think it was 70,000, 80,000 people, something like that.
You and Hulk Hogan, the CN Stadium, the big event.
Yeah, and there was, I'm telling you what, we tore the house down too. And I tore his ass up too.
That doesn't surprise me. I will say this as well, when we're talking about coming up to Canada here, the CWE, certainly the busiest promotion in Canada, one of the busiest, if not the busiest in North America. They've always made stops in Westman. Sometimes they'd stop in Verdun, sometimes they'd stop in Reston or Souris, Brandon. But we're hitting, what, 6 Manitoba towns, 5 of which are in Westman, 16 days in a row. Have you ever done a tour like this before?
This is the biggest tour in company history. So we're really excited about it. It's going to keep on growing. We got a 20 show coming up in August with some stops in Westman as well. And that's because the fans have been supporting it through and through, and it's continuing to grow each and every time. So we're going to keep on putting more dates on the calendar.
20 days, that seems a little busy. How do you prepare for something like that? You
don't. You just jump in the car and go. That's all you can do. There's no preparation for the physicality that you go through, even on the 16-day tour. We're 12 days in. The boys are hurting. We've lost some guys due to injury, but the cream rises to the top, and the champions keep on pushing through. So you wanted to come back to Canada, first time in a long time, Mr. Wonderful.
Yes.
And rather than do what other people do and show up once and go back home, you've set out on this super long tour. I think you're hitting 15 of the 16 dates, and the only reason you weren't at the first one because of a flight issue that was beyond your control.
Right.
How do you get prepared for something like this? When was the last time you toured this many days in a row?
Well, I'm married, so it makes it easy to do. If you know what I mean. No, I'm joking. I've been married for almost 40-something years, and I wanted to come to Canada. I wanted to see the talent that they have, because they've always had pretty good talent. The best talent. This guy here could very well possibly be a world champion if he keeps it up and get in that gym, which he does. And he does a dadgum good job. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by what I've seen so far. It's good. And you know, a lot of the guys are younger guys and stuff, so they're gonna get, you know, understand more of the psychology and how to, you know, to get those people sitting in them seats. That's where your money is. And listen, that's what it's all about, is money. But you gotta love what you do. I had the opportunity to play in the NFL. I was a college All-American, all this and that and whatever. I chose wrestling because I loved it. And it's something that just, you know, it's kind of like my wife. It got my heart. And I said, you know, I'm going to do this. And I did. And I'm in every Hall of Fame there is, including football.
So, Brian, we'll go to you now. You're a younger guy on the tour. You're an up-and-comer for sure, and I appreciate the fact that you dressed as the first All-Star, Brian Rich, today, looking sharp. So when you have a gentleman like Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff that you can talk to on so many days during this tour and learn so much from, what is that experience like? Because that's not something that every young and up-and-coming professional wrestler gets to do.
Listening to Paul has been great. I appreciate a legend coming on tour and being able to learn from him, being very humble and open to give us young guys, so to speak, advice. And Paul, he's been really great. He actually has been saying he's from Brandon, Florida. So with that being said, I really look up to the man. I really appreciate the things that he's saying. You know, get in the gym, put people in those seats. Your body's your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just listening to things that he has to say and critique, and how I can be better and how I can improve it. It's great coming from a guy who has been there, and Paul has definitely been there.
Well, obviously, guys like Brian Rich are taking advantage of the fact behind the scenes from learning from a bona fide wrestling legend like Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Now, Hotshot Danny Duggan has gone even further. For those of you that have been following Canadian Wrestling's Elite, you know the story. Hotshot Danny Duggan and Anderson Tyson Moore were the CWE Tag Team Champions. They lost those championships to the Crazed Cowboy Jacob Creed and the Rebel Bobby Collins. Now, as you can expect, the Cannon Clan are known for getting involved in their matches, and so Hotshot Danny Duggan has gone to get Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff to try to regain those championships, and that's something that could happen tonight in Brandon at the Great Western Roadhouse. 6:30 is the bell time tonight. Doors open at 6 o'clock. So, Danny, you have a tag team partner tonight. They call him the walking dollar sign, and there's a reason why they do that. Omar Amir, this is one big dude.
Yeah, when Paul Orndorff talks about your body being your money, this guy's money. He's a big dude. When you see him, you say that's a professional wrestler. So I got some good backup in my corner with Omar Amir. Talk about training. He was trained by the Dudley boys down in Florida, so he's got a good pedigree. And then to back things up, we got this guy in our corner. I think he was the roughest and toughest guy to ever play the game. So I think our odds are pretty good tonight.
Yeah, certainly are. And I do have to mention this as well. Since Mr. Wonderful has been in your corner, you have been on fire this tour.
Yeah.
You have, I don't even think you've lost a match. I think the worst thing that's happened to you is an injury, which you're dealing with a little bit right now. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good today. I had to sit out a couple days because I slipped some discs in my back. I probably should be sitting tonight, but that's not in my blood. You know, we do this, we get on the road and we work hurt. So that's what I'm doing tonight, and I like my chance. I got a good tag team partner, got Paul in my corner. And the reason we have Paul in my corner is I was honest with myself. You know, I've been on top of the CWE mountain three times CWE champion, but it's been a little while. It's been about 2 years since I've held that belt, and I haven't quite got back there yet, and I need a little bit of assistance. And in order to be the best, sometimes you got to learn from the best, and this guy's the best.
So the Cannon Clan, I think some people would say that the Cannon Clan is, without a doubt, the most successful group, faction, whatever you want to call it, in CWE history, and they have the belts right now. How do you beat them? How do you beat two crafty guys like the Crazed Cowboy Jacob Creed and the Rebel Bobby Collins?
We've beat them again. We beat them once. We're going to beat them again. You know,
They beat them by pinning them.
And that's what we're going to do tonight. It's a numbers game with them, and I get that. Luckily, there's only 3 of them in town tonight. I got a partner. I got Paul in my corner, so it's 3-on-3. The numbers game isn't in their favor tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good, fans. Come.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun night tonight. Again, it's the Great Western Roadhouse. 6 o'clock, doors open, 6:30 bell time. We're going to take just a little break here. When we come back, we're going to be picking the mind of a bona fide wrestling legend, WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Again, we're also joined by Hotshot Danny Duggan and the first All-Star Brian Rich. We're talking about the 8th anniversary tour of the Canadian Wrestling's Elite right here on WCG TV. Don't go anywhere.
Programming on our channels is as diverse as our volunteers. We offer free training in studio production, portable camera production, and basic video editing. For more information about WCG TV or to learn how you can get involved, please contact us at 1-800-665-3337, extension 2615, or check out our website at westmancom.com/WCGTV.
Welcome back. You're watching Canadian Wrestling's Elite Report here on WCG TV, joined by 3 very special guests. The first All-Star Brian Rich, Hotshot Danny Duggan, and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Now, you have been saying this entire tour about how your body is your money in terms of getting people into the seats and being able to showcase your talent in that regard. Now, I understand you guys are doing something very special today. Now, normally CWE goes into the schools and talks to kids about a variety of topics. Today, the topic is health and fitness. I understand you're going to Betty Gibson's school. Your daughter is attending that school.
Absolutely.
Can you talk about how important it is for somebody like her and all the other students to hear about health and fitness?
Well, I like to preach to my daughter every day, you know, about how important it is to eat all your vegetables and drink your water, because, you know, a lot of kids, you know, myself as a kid, I don't know if you guys as a kid, that was a big struggle, eating the proper food. You might think it's yucky, you might think it's gross. It's actually pretty cool. On Wednesdays at Betty Gibson, they do Health Break. And they might watch a video that's educational for their mind, or they might all participate with the whole school in an activity, such as, you know, maybe doing some jumping jacks or something like that. So I approached the principal and said, hey, we got a show coming up, and I think it'd be cool with the guy we're bringing in, if we could talk to the kids at school about the importance of health and fitness, and how keeping your body healthy will help you live longer, as Paul's been saying this whole tour.
Absolutely. I'm a big believer of that. You know, when I grew up, my family was honestly pretty poor. But you know something? One thing I did, the neighbors, they always made good food, and I started going to the gym and everything, and then it caught me here, and I just stayed with it all my life. And I absolutely believe in keeping your body fit and in good health. And I believe you live longer. And I beat cancer, and I'm still alive. And I'm in Canada. Can't get any better than that.
And we're thrilled to have you here in Canada.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
I have to make reference to the shirt, Duggan's Gym, which, by the way, T-shirts available, merchandise able tonight.
Yes, sir. They'll be there.
All right. So even recently, you've started your own fitness company. Is that the right way to word it? Obviously, you enjoy going to talk to kids. You do that as much as you can in Westman every time you come out here. But talk about just how important health and fitness is to somebody like yourself. I mean, even now you're dealing with an injury, but you're still finding ways to stay active and keep in shape. How much do you enjoy helping people?
I think you recoup a little faster by going to the gym and everything.
100%.
See, I've seen him, and he was hurting, but he's a lot better.
Yeah, and I'm a big believer of that. I've been in car accidents. I've been in wrestling accidents where I've been hurt, where the doctor has said if you weren't in the shape you were, you'd be in a lot worse shape right now.
Absolutely.
So being in good physical condition is just good overall for keeping your body protected, keeping it safe. And when your body's healthy, you feel good mentally, and that's important. When you're not in the best of shape physically and you're eating the wrong foods, it weighs on your mind. It is a physical struggle.
Maybe more.
Yeah, 100%.
So, quick plug for Hotshot Health and Fitness. Where can people find information about that as well?
Facebook.com/Hotshot Health and Fitness.
Sounds good. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the big show tonight at the Great Western Roadhouse. It's going to be 6:30 bell time, 6 o'clock doors open. Tons of matches on the card. You have to understand that generally when some companies come to Brandon, they don't necessarily bring their top talent. That is not the case tonight. CWE has multiple championships on the line tonight. You can see the poster on the screen right now. Tommy Lee Curtis defending his 123 approved.ca television championship against the man known as Kados. You've got Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff in the corner of Hotshot Danny Duggan as he teams up with the walking dollar sign Omar Amir. They're taking on the Cannon Clan of Rebel Bobby Collins and the Crazed Cowboy Jacob Creed. We know the mastermind Kevin Cannon is going to be in their corner as well. And we haven't talked too much yet about another tag match on the card tonight, as the first All-Star Brian Rich teaming up with Brandon's own Agent Red, making his CWE debut tonight in the Wheat City in Brandon. And they're going to be taking on cute Cody Lane and Tacey Travis Cole. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hear from the first All-Star about that rivalry, the disrespect that has been shown to this man from the Tasty One. We'll be right back here on WCG TV. You're watching Canadian Wrestling's Elite Report.
Need credits? Volunteer with us. We offer free training in studio production, HD camera production, and basic video editing. Hours accumulated are put towards a credit for graduation. Students in grade 9 to 12 can earn up to a full credit towards graduation by volunteering with WCG TV. For more information, contact your counselor or text Brad at 204-573-0153.
Welcome back to Canadian Wrestling's Elite Report here on WCG TV. As the CWE making its return to Brandon tonight, the Great Western Roadhouse will be the venue, and you'll be able to see all three of these superstars on the card tonight. We have Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff in the corner of Hotshot Danny Duggan, and over here, the first All-Star Brian Rich. We haven't really talked about your match yet tonight. I certainly would like to, because the last time you were in Brandon, you beat Tasty Travis Cole,
That's right.
1, 2, 3, and we thought it was over. But now we've continued to see more disrespect from Travis toward you, whether it be in Verdun just a few nights ago, disrespecting you in the middle of the ring, putting you through a table not too long ago as well. All you did was offer your hand as a sign of respect, and
Sure.
you're seeing this from Travis Cole. How do you feel about going into the matchup tonight?
I think Travis Cole's got a butt whipping coming. You know, the word with Travis is entitlement. He was trained by former WWE superstar Lance Storm, and ever since he's come to CWE, he's been riding the coattails of everybody. He's been riding the coattails of Danny, and everyone has been telling him, don't go down that road. You don't want to go there. And I am the perfect example of the road you don't want to go on, because I've been there. I've been the person who's been disrespectful. I've been the person that has not done things the right way. Not keep your mouth shut and listen. And Travis thinks he's up here, and he wants to be up here, but he needs to start down here. Yeah. So he's been disrespectful. He's been disrespecting me. And I thought last time in Brandon, when I beat him, I offered my hand to him, and he just continuously, figuratively, keeps slapping me in the face and saying, you know what, you're not good enough for my respect. So tonight, I'm going to teach him a lesson, and I'm going to kick his butt.
It's going to be a lot of fun, that tag match. The first All-Star Brian Rich teaming up with Agent Red to take on Travis Cole and Cody Lane. Cute Cody Lane and Tasty Travis Cole. We'll get to your match here as well. Hotshot Danny Duggan with Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff in the corner. What sort of insight and advice can you offer somebody like a Hotshot Danny Duggan when you were once in that position of getting to the top, rising to the top, and becoming one of the best in the world?
Stay sharp. Watch every move they make, because they're going to try something. I don't know what it's going to be, but they're going to try something. And this guy's good. He's one of the better ones that I've seen. He could be a world champion too, absolutely. So they're out for him, you know, because if they figure they can beat him, that just pops him up another notch or two. And but I like his heart, and I like his work, the way he works hard, and he's big. He's a big guy, and I think he'll kick their butt tonight. If you want to know the truth, I think he will. And I'll damn sure help him if he needs it.
And that's where I wanted to go next, because I mean we have to be honest here. Certainly the Cannon clan would like to take out Danny Duggan. I mean they've been saying for years they want to, and that's their ultimate goal. But you also have to think that taking out Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff would be an amazing thing for any person. Is there any concern in your mind that the Cannon clan could go after you?
Absolutely. Anytime that you get in the ring or within that ring around it, yeah, you happen to be an opponent. And I'm not that, you know, they know that I'm there for one reason or something, and that's to watch his back. And I will watch his back, no matter what. Because I personally think we could beat them all if we have to. And maybe we will. You have to come and see.
I was about to say, are you insinuating we might see Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff in the squared circle tonight in Brandon?
You're going to have to. Big question mark. It's up to them. If they do something, it's going to happen. I can tell you that.
Well, there you go. Make sure you're there at the Great Western Roadhouse tonight for CWE's 8th anniversary tour in Brandon. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff has stated he is in the corner of Hotshot Danny Duggan regardless of what happens tonight. Also, your tag team partner, the Walking Dollar Sign, Omar Amir. They're going to try and take the CWE Tag Team Championships off of the Cannon Clan, the Rebel Bobby Collins, and the Crazed Cowboy Jacob Creed. We know, I was going to say Cyrus's own, but he now says he's from New York. He's completely disowned Westman. The mastermind, Kevin Cannon, the leader of the Cannon Clan. That match is tonight. We talked about the first All-Star Brian Rich teaming up with Agent Red to take on the team of Cute Cody Lane and Tasty Travis Cole, calling themselves the Blontourage right now. And also Westman's Tommy Lee Curtis defending the 123approved.ca television championship against Kados. Those are just a few of the matches that are on the card tonight. We'll give you a full rundown right before we end the show here. Mr. Wonderful.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I was just going to ask you.
I'm from Brandon.
You're from Brandon?
Did I tell you? Brandon, Florida.
The amount of times I've Googled Brandon trying to find something out, and I've learned about your hometown when I'm trying to learn about my hometown, it's a little frustrating. So I'm glad that I actually know somebody from Brandon, Florida now, so I can feel better about it.
Brandon.
Yeah.
I know how to spell it. That's about all.
So I just want to ask you, just because we don't always get this opportunity to have you, not just in Westman, but in Brandon here. When it comes to seeing young guys, up-and-comers on the road, what are you looking for when it comes to the next big thing? Because you've trained some great wrestlers as well down in the States. What have you found when you've come up here to Canada?
What I find is I watch their moves, I watch their bodies, they take care of your body. You know, that means a lot in professional wrestling, is to take care of your body and go to the gym. That's extra work. I see a lot of potential here, a lot. Better than the United States, if you want to know the truth.
You heard it here first.
And that's no BS, neither. That's the God's truth. I mean that. I see a lot of good possibilities here. A lot. I see the bad match. Of course, they need to know the psychology. That all comes with age, the longer you're doing it. But it's been good, very good. And I mean that. That's no BS, neither. That's for real.
And you can see that talent tonight. We're running out of time here. It's the Canadian Wrestling's Elite Report here on WCG TV. We'll just quickly run down the card for you. If you haven't bought your tickets yet for tonight's show, you certainly do want to. Doors open at 6 o'clock. The bell rings at 6:30. There are 7 matches on the card tonight, all of which could steal the show. First off, we mentioned Kevin Cannon, the leader of the Cannon Clan, is going to be taking on the mercenary Garrison Creed tonight. 2 junior heavyweights going head-to-head. 0-1 alumni, second to none. Alex Anthony is going to be taking on the King of Pong, Ethan Price. We found out earlier today that the Beast, Killikaz Carter, will be taking on Roy Flash Gordon in what is sure to be a great matchup. Tag team match between All Japan Pro Wrestling alumni Phil Atlas and Shane Saber. They're going to be taking on Tornado Tony Kozina and the Canadian Crusher AJ Sanchez. The 123approved.ca television championship on the line as Reston Zone, Tommy Lee Curtis defends against Kados. We know Brian Rich, the first All-Star, teaming up with Agent Red to take on Cute Cody and Tasty Travis, the Blontourage. And of course, the main event tonight for the CWE Tag Team Championships. Hotshot Danny Duggan with the Walking Dollar Sign Omar Amir taking on the Cannon Clan, the Crazed Cowboy Jacob Creed, the Rebel Bobby Collins, Kevin Cannon in their corner, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff in their corner. Thanks so much for coming on the show, guys. This was fun.
Thank you.
And I will be doing autographs.
Meet and greet, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, the Great Western Roadhouse tonight, 6:30 bell time. Be there at 6. Have yourself a great day. Thank you for watching Canadian Wrestling's Elite Report.